Was good, everybody? It's Kim and back with my tea of the day. Welcome to season 3, episode 26. Death, Threats, Edos, yes. Yeah, thanks, check me out. So, thank y'all for listening. I do have a website if you don't know yet. It is www.kimsyoftheday.com, where you can comment, you can like, you can share, you can give me your email address and I can personally email you. You can leave a voice note, whatever you would like to do. It would be greatly appreciated. Let your friend, your cousin, your homeboy, your homegirl know that this is for us by us. This is for our people. Let's just have conversations about artists, music, communities, and some real shit about life and about dealing with some traumas that we have. This episode is definitely going to be about, let's get into some Nicki, because Nicki's been getting into some stuff lately. She's been in the blogs, as always. So, let's start off with a question. Why is it that the industry feels that they can continue to bully Nicki into giving female artists, preferably female rappers, a feature? Like, why is this a thing? So let's get some back history. So recently, young Tay, was putting out a song, or I guess trying to say she was gonna put out a song. I don't really completely know. So on Twitter, they were like, okay, so who's gonna be on the feature? And they were like, you should get Nicki on the feature. And she said basically, yeah, I sent Nicki something a while back and she never responded. And basically she felt hurt that she never responded, so she never sent her anything else to try to get on. Okay. And then Miss Erica Banks decided to hop on the little train to basically say she agrees as well. But here's the thing. What are y'all doing to make Nicki notice you to do a feature? Because we're not just handing out features. Like, that's not her job. It's to save your career. Like, y'all know already that having a Nicki feature is a look. It's going to help build your career. It's going to help put you on another pedestal. Whether you believe Nicki's popping or not right now, regardless of Nicki, it will be a look. And y'all know that. And you know how the industry already looks at her about working with women, but she's been working with women since beginning her career. If we're being honest. But she's the only rapper that you're forcing to work with every one rapper. And that's not fair to her. So you're bullying her into having all of these forced features. And then you're going to say, oh, that don't seem natural. Yeah, because y'all forced her to just fucking do it. Of course it's not going to fucking seem natural because you don't fucking like that girl. Or she don't feel like she could bring something to that table. It's two different artists. She should be able to, just like everyone else, select who she features with, who she works with. If you want it to be an organic feature, organic song, or organic sounding song, it has to be talks behind it. It has to be admiration behind it. But young baby said, like, I feel like you definitely tried it because you're talented. You're dope. You're very out there. You definitely have remnants of Nicki. Let's be clear. You're definitely one of her daughters and sons. But I definitely feel like you're putting a spin to it of your own. You're trying to make it your own. You haven't gotten there yet. You're trying to make it your own. And I love that. And I love how you work with her. I love how you're trying to sing more. And you have a beautiful voice. One of the best female rappers plus singer artist package ever. I can say that. But I definitely feel like you tried it because Nicki doesn't owe you anything. She doesn't have to go to your song if she does not want to go to your song. If she doesn't feel like she can bring something to the song, why would she get on the song? If she doesn't feel like she would fit, or not for nothing, why does it kept? You're talented. why would she get on the song? But she represented you. She shouted you out when you did the Megatron challenge, and she loved your flow. She loved your delivery, and she posted you on her page. She didn't have to do that. That was a look, because she noticed you. She didn't have to notice. Let's be clear. But you just assume that because everyone else can say fuck Nicki or Nicki should do this, you want to join in that bandwagon. And that's not cute. That's not right. It's not fair. Now let's get into the female features that she's done so far. Getting money with Little Kid. Started her career. Got a Little Kim feature. Absolutely. It was a look for her. Did the song go anywhere? No, because whatever happened behind the scenes happened behind the scenes. Then she did Dangling with Lady Saw and Trina. She did Baps with Trina. She did Coco Chanel with Foxy Bow. She also did the remix with Young M.A. She hopped on the remix, but it wasn't, or she did a remix version. Young M.A. She brought Deja on tour. She brought the two girls that from the islands on tour with her for the Queen's tour. She did Say So remix with Doja Cat. She did Hot Girl Summer with Megan Thee Stallion, who used her. She did Motorsport with Cardi and the Migos. But she don't work with female rappers. Help me make it make sense. Because it's not making sense. It's not adding up. The math is not mathing. Y'all just want her to be unified with these females, and she don't have to be. Because if the girls are not stepping in line or not acting real, then why the fuck is she fuck with them? Because she knows her power now. Like with this Joe Budden interview. This was the best interview I've ever seen from Nicki Minaj. This was the rawest interview I've seen from Nicki Minaj. I love how composed she was. She was still very articulate, very passionate about what she was talking about. But she wasn't yelling, she wasn't screaming, she wasn't angry, she wasn't bitter. She just knows who she is now. She's in a different headspace. Papa Bear definitely helped level her out. And I'm so happy that she's in a state of mind right now. I'm so elated that she's living in her queendom right now. She's living in her essence. She's living in her power. And I'm happy she talked about her butt shots. She's never talked about that. Like, we know that she's gotten it. Like, we know she's gotten work done. But she never really talked about it. It was just something that you just kind of know, or you just kind of assume, kind of thing, but you never really went in detail about it. And I love how open she was about it. I love how she talked about women in their body and how men should stop putting pressure and putting added stuff and stress on how women should look, because it's not fair to them. And it's not fair to their mental and how they feel about themselves. And of course, a lot of people just in general have low self-esteem, or they have things that they hate about themselves. And of course, for a woman, it would be definitely the attributes, whether it's their ass or their breast. And for Nicki, unfortunately, it was her ass. And her being around the man that she was around, like Young Money, before Young Money happened, Wayne and, Birdman, all them, talking or seeing them always the girls with big asses. So eventually she ended up getting work done. It doesn't seem like she has remorse or she regrets getting it, but she definitely regrets the mindset that she was and the reasons why she got in it, per se. And I love how she's willing to... I love how she gave props to Lil' Kim in her interview. even though she's always giving props to Kim in terms of respect and in terms of just high regards until we beefed, and even then, just don't talk about her, but it's always been Kim Proctor Remy. But I love how she acknowledged Kim's impact, especially in the fashion industry, and how much she changed the game and shaped the culture for fashion, and how Nicki has done the same, but they both have not been on the cover of Vogue US in the States. But they've been in, of course, the cover of Vogue out of the States, but they've never been on the cover of Vogue in the US, and that's a problem. And how much of a trendsetter she is, and how much of a trendsetter a lot of people are, especially Black artists, but they don't get the credit. They just put a white face over it and make it seem like they created it or they started that trend. And of course, that's not fair. She's going to AMP, so she's going to she's bringing Queen Radio to a different outlet, AMP for Amazon, which is amazing. That means she's getting a bigger bag. She realized how her delivery and her rollout for Queen was not it. Like, she still loved the album Queen, but she realized where she was headset-wise, didn't correlate to what she was trying to deliver in terms of the album. So I'm happy that she taken into consideration of that and really just learn and figured out to have peace now and understand that they let them do them. Like, there's spaces for everyone in this game, especially in the industry, especially in the rap game, especially in terms of female rappers. There's plenty room for everyone, and she's learning that now. She's learning that she doesn't have to try to be like someone else to still be on top, because she's learning who she is, and only Nicki Minaj can do what Nicki Minaj does. I know other girl has that power, has that essence, has that uniqueness that she has. And I love that for her. I love that she's living that now. And everyone can shine. And she knows what she brings to the table. Like, she knows that she's not a dancer, but she knows that she's going to write her rhymes. She cares about the bars, and she cares about the rap, she cares about the culture. And that will never change. She will never change that about herself. Yeah. I love how they talked about the numbers aspect and Billboard. And not for nothing, for a while, Nicki was definitely heavily on every Billboard chart, but she never got number one. And so, I want to say last year, when she got 2 number ones back to back, which is an amazing accomplishment. Everyone wants the song to be number one, but she's always been number one on every other Billboard chart. She's just never been on the Hot 100. But I'm happy she came to a realization for her, so she doesn't go crazy of trying to chase the numbers, of trying to chase this legend, this status that doesn't equate to anything. Like the Grammy, we put in high regard to an artist has to get a Grammy. That's the only way that they're known. And for years, that's all that they can say about Nicki. She's not popping. She's not important because she doesn't have a Grammy. Because she doesn't have any number ones. But little do you know, that shouldn't be the conversation of how you talk about a rapper. That shouldn't be the conversation of how they're dope as a rapper. Like, rappers don't usually get number ones. They don't usually get a Grammy. Like, they usually are left out, because rappers usually left out, if we're being honest. But if you're having other people dictate your art, it has to be a rapper, it has to be a person who raps, or who has been a rapper in that seat, to talk about the bars, to talk about the metaphors, to talk about the flow, to talk about the deliverance and the delivery. But if you don't have that in that table, how are you critiquing me on my rapping ability? It's been about numbers for a while now, not about talent. So I'm happy Nicki is just going back to basics, going back to why she is who she is, what she is, who she is. I'm happy she's trying to really be the mogul that she is, alerting that all of these brands she's been wearing for years have given her a percentage, but not a percentage of their stake. So now she's about to get a percentage of her stake and really become the mogul that she wants to be and become the boss bitch that she's always wanted and always been, but now leveling it up. And coming out with this record label, which would be an amazing thing because no female rappers have ever done that. So it will be great to see what female rappers she's really been looking at to put under her wing now. Because she's done everything that she needs to do. There's really no next level. The only next level would be coming out with a truly iconic album. Rap album. And that would be it. Other than that, your icon status is approved, you're iconic, on your way to legendary, on your way to being a legend in the game. I would maybe say you could be considered a legend in the rap game, but in terms of like music altogether, I feel like you get in there. But I feel like you need that legendary album to become a legend. Just in my opinion. And I love you. Features. Why is it? I still don't understand why they're trying to bully her into features. And I hate the way music is now, where nothing sticks. And I blame the Barbs. I blame the Barbs for not pushing or not continuously streaming those number of music. Like, yeah, you want her to be number one, but you want it to sustain the number one position. You don't want it to just be number one for a week, and then it goes down, because that's how they look at her. Like, oh, yes, she may get it, but she's not gonna sustain it. That's the problem. Like, I would be happy. She would be happy if she sustained the top 10, a top 20 hit. That would be amazing. Even if she's not looking for numbers, she's just looking to put out art. She's looking to put out stuff that she loves and that she's proud of at this particular moment. And I love that for her. Now let's get into this next feature that she's about to come out with on Friday. Blick Blick. And guess who got that feature after all? Coi Leray is the last or the latest female rapper to get a feature from Nicki Minaj. And I definitely feel like from the clips that Coi Leray played is about to be a hit. The visual that she came out with Nicki in the green and black hair. And then I love Corey and how she is very empowering with how she represents her body. Like, she doesn't have anything really, but she's comfortable, she's confident in what she has. She's confident in the body that she has and the natural body that she has. And I love that. I love to see that. You already know I'm going to review it when it drops. Hopefully it's a banger. Hopefully run the numbers up, do what it needs to do. And hopefully it was just genuine. Hopefully, do a live and see how genuine it was. Just like how Bia was so genuine. It was just so real. It was just so authentic. I definitely feel like I don't know where Nicki's head is about this, but I definitely want another Hurricane. Oh, I love the fact that she would do a feature with Kim. She would do a feature with any, like, at least 2 female rappers. And she knows it has to be Kim. It has to be Kim or Missy, in my opinion. Missy's definitely different, but in terms of like the writing, the pen game, they're both unmatched. In terms of the impact, they're both unmatched. But in terms of like the impact in the hip hop community, it has to be her and Kim. I want that. And I feel like that would definitely shut up all of the beef allegations. Like, they're good, they're cool. They definitely had a conversation already. That's why Kim was so okay with saying her name instead of saying "oh girl," and that's why Nicki was okay with saying Kim's name. They had a conversation before, so definitely here for the verses if that happens. But for the next feature, I definitely want her and Kim to do something. I feel like Nicki will be the only one that the only way to get Kim out of her hiatus, to get Kim out of the writer's block that she's had, the flop songs she had. I feel like because there's gonna be competition, and they both love competition. They both bring something out of each other that's never been done. So I would love to see that. I would love to see her and Lotto. I definitely feel like Lotto deserves a feature because I feel like the love is genuine. But then I don't know because I feel like she panders to the Barbs a lot, and I don't like artists who do that because I feel like you're using the Barbs to get to Nicki. And although that is smart, but that means it's fake. Is the love really real? Are you going to get me alive and then force me into something and then get what you wanted out of it, get a look, and then that's it? So was it really real? Is it gonna? How is this benefiting Nicki? Kind of thing is where my head would be at. But I definitely want this to happen. I definitely feel like Lotto is the most deserving person out of the bunch. Her and Malibu Mitch. Malibu Mitch is definitely my baby, but I definitely feel like she's never going to go anywhere because she pigeonholed herself into a box, into a dispatcher girl from the Bronx. Until she really starts changing up her flow, changing up her algorithm, trying to be something. I'm not saying totally change yourself, because I would hate that for you. But I feel like you just put yourself in a box where you're never going to get any feature, especially like the one that you want, unless you're really just doing you a favor. And I feel like even that, the song is not going to do what you expect it to do for that person to be on that song. So I feel like you have to really go back to the drawing board, maybe change your outlook on your career and really be realistic of where you want to be and what audience you want to obtain. But this was Kimi, and I was back in the tea of the day. This episode was definitely about Nicki Minaj and why must she be the only rapper to be forced to work with everyone. Female unity is a choice. It shouldn't be mandatory. It shouldn't be the standard now because it's never been the standard. Let's be clear. And Blake coming out tomorrow. Is it gonna be a bop? Is it gonna be a flop? And just happy with Nicki and the Joe Biden interview and how elaborate and how just everything she was, and just seeing what she goes next for this new era. Later, y'all.